Jolyn.
Hey, what's going on?
This S&P right now got me feeling a whole lot of, but forget all that. Cause guess what?
I think I know because
We're
I'm like on
live.
it.
Cause you're there. I see you. Oh, you cheated.
Yeah, out here. No, but I didn't get on right away, so I still can't tell who the first person is. Like I hesitated. I waited because I like to be surprised about who the first person was. So who was it?
Shout out to Kwame again. Kwame was the first. So second episode in a row. Shout out to you, Kwame.
Oh, so Kwame is on it. Well, as always, Kwame at the same.
Yo, so today's episode, if you haven't seen it, it's called the S&P and Friends. Where are we going? Or they're going where? So it's going to be a great show today. I think that we got some pretty good stuff to talk about. But first off, how are you?
As I was
Oh,
just discussing with, you know, our cousin who is also happens to be my little brother, Tiwa. I was telling him about how I'm just now re-engaging with the market. I was talking about this earlier on Twitter, how it's like, yo, you come back from vacay and you need a whole transition plan.
yes.
Like getting back into the swing of things. And then one of the cousins, and forgive me, I can't remember who it was, but one of the cousins, you know who you are, you can shout yourself out, but was talking about the very realness of post-vacation depression. I never heard of that. Like, I heard of like, okay, yeah, you may be like, oh man, I wish I was still on vacay, but
What's
it
that?
was well, apparently it's a whole like real thing where you can just feel low energy, fatigue, some of the other things that are associated with depression that is related to not being on vacation anymore.
Wow.
So I thought that was interesting. Again, I never heard of it. Definitely not depressed, but if someone is depressed, yo, please seek help. For
Yes.
me though, it's about just getting back into the swing of things. I've maintained, my Jolympian status of, working out, Peloton, walking, that sort of thing. But now I'm getting back into the market. So, I started with a couple of my favorites, Mark, Wall Street Breakfast,
Okay.
Thoughts of the Market, and whatnot. Um,
Now,
and
Thoughts of the
I'm,
Market, that's Morgan Stanley, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And it's real short. They're all like less than 10
Snippets.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to have it like with your coffee or whatever you drink in the morning, you break your fast. Okay, water for you, definitely coffee and water for me. Sometimes a smoothie, depending on what I'm feeling like. But it was good to get back into the swing of things. Now I just got to work on doing it exactly in the morning, like before the market opens. I'm not there yet. I have not been waking up at 6:30 or even 5 o'clock. I wake up naturally at 7 o'clock.
Oh.
So any tips you have, Mark, for like reacquainting yourself with the market and getting up early enough to like be ready? Like, shoot me a text because your girl be knocked out.
I'm gonna send you something tomorrow morning like this.
You know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to wake up. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes.
All right.
But yeah, that's
Okay.
how it's been. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, really, like, I've never been so excited and ready to start filming. It's just that there's so much that I didn't really account for in coming back
Mm-hmm.
from vacation that was just going to be on my plate. Like, coming back to, like, over 400 emails. Like, just, what?
I didn't
um,
send any of them.
that's true.
They
And
were
that
fine
is
for me.
that is very much so true. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, just getting back into the swing of things, trying to get into the content, because I'm trying to put those Netflix cameras to work for real, for real. Definitely trying to put those Netflix cameras to work. Instead of us filming in 4K, we're gonna go back to filming in 6K. So if you ever get the chance, go and check out like which videos could you spot that we actually shot in 6K versus 4K.
Mm-hmm.
So just if you have a little bit of extra time on your hands, because I don't. But yeah, I'm just excited. Like, I'm really, really excited to just get things going. I'm like, ah, yeah. Let's just get to it because I don't want to tattle anything. So, what's
Yeah, we
good,
gotta keep this
everybody?
quiet.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? I am Mark Monroe, accompanied by my wonderful co-host, the wonderful, the extraordinary, galactically.
jolyngc in the place to be. What's good, y'all? I'm excited.
See,
I'm
I gotta
really
be
excited.
careful because sometimes, Jolene, her script is sometimes different than mine. So I'll just, when I do this post from now on, I'm like, that's a pass over to Jolene right there. That's a pass. Shout outs to each and every single one of you, cousins, for just making us the place to be where you just come and just chill with us and listen and learn and also possibly gain some knowledge, even crack open some of the charts and, maybe gain some perspective on some technical analysis as well as some fundamental information. As you know, we're no longer doing the Trade Talk Tuesday or the Hot Take Thursday. We're kind of like putting them all into one and just really just calling it your come up because every episode should be exactly that, where we give you something where essentially you can take that and say, you know what? I didn't know that, or that gave me a little bit more information. And then on top of that, we can get a little bit more granular into the weeds on a day over day or week over week basis. So that's our focus in your come up. So where are all of y'all coming from? Because we see y'all here. We want to know. Like, I see a lot of Stocks to Freedom folks in the chat, so shout outs to y'all. And on top of that, some of the folks in there from the Suicide Squad, I see you as well. It's like there's so many different factions that the community like creates as it pertains to small little groups, and that's dope. So shout outs to each and every single one of you for wherever it is that you're coming from. It's kind of dope when you guys drop where it is that you're coming from because you can always come back as a keepsake if you like come back and watch the replays with the live chat. So,
Well, they're going crazy.
But if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And on top of that, like the video so that way we can continue to keep furthering the agenda of the Come Up series, which is democratizing information and giving information and knowledge to all, especially to our fellow brethren and sisters. And on top of that, go ahead and hit the bell so that way you can be like Kwame and also be able to say, all right, hey, I'm here. I'm ready. So, Jolene, how did we do in today's market?
We did great, but first, shout out to Chris, who's in Denmark. I haven't seen Denmark before, so I had to shout you out.
Hey.
All right, let's get into this market or whatever. So we got the Dow coming in at 30.55 points. S&P 500 was up 6.70 points, and the Nasdaq was at 77.15 points. The VIX was at 17.22, and we have the 10-year Treasury note at 1.29%. Heading over to sector performance, as you know, there are 11 sectors, and we track the top 3 and the bottom 3 so we can see what that rotation is looking like. We got energy, consumer discretionary, and materials leading all the sectors today. And then the bottom 3 would be utilities, real estate, and consumer staples. Then if we trek on over, make a plate or whatever, have a sit down, invite some folks over for the pick performance, we have, C-Web, okay, coming in today. This was today's daily, okay, 21.75%. Hold on, let me take a little. All right, and then we have, so we left C-Web, and then we came all the way over to the hood. Some of y'all are still in the hood. At 9, let's see, it was up 9.03%. That's pretty good, honestly. And then we have DraftKings up at 5.91%. So that's spectacular. And then what's cool is that most of the stock lists or the picks it was green for hella, and then it started to, have some minor little pullbacks. So we have, for our bottom 3, we got Snapchat, ADP, which is a new one, y'all, and FTNT, which this is the first time in the history of the watch list, since the list could watch, that FTNT has been on the bottom. But you know what? They needed a breather because every other episode, it was like 52-week high. So, yeah, so well-deserved little break,
Indeed.
So Mark, that's what it did, today overall.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
I wanted to do some things today, and one of the things that I wanted to do, give me a second, is I wanted to show some mystery type stuff, some mystery magic.
Okay.
So, first things first, one of the things that I wanted to look at was this one. So, it was an interesting little transition there. Can you name that chart? Like, what is that chart? Like, who is that?
Whoa.
And then we're gonna do three. So if you can throw it in the chat, like we definitely want to see where y'all, what if you guys recognize any of the charts today. So here's one,
Okay.
and here is another one. Now this one should be easy.
Okay. I'm seeing guesses, but not the
Yeah,
correct one.
yeah. A lot of folks are like, I think everybody is becoming a prisoner to the moment
What's the
today.
time frame?
So this is year to date. That's a year to date chart. So everything that I'm showing is a year to date chart. And we're going to go from that one to, now this one's really going to be a mystery, but now I'm seeing a lot of correct answers on the second one.
I see some now. Yeah, I see some now.
Okay. Okay. And then that's our final ticker. At the end of today, we'll announce what was the name of the company. But should be interesting. All right, so I'm
Okay.
seeing that some folks are getting the first one correct, but yeah. So you got three
You gotta put
charts
your
in there.
number.
So
You have to put the number.
you have to put the number and the ticker in there. Okay. So shout outs to cousin Ron, or should we say Uncle Ron? He got number one correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I think everybody got number two correct for the most part. But
Let me
number
scroll.
three, I'll just say that I have never talked about, but it is newly on the come up pick list. That's your only hint that you get from me. That's all, I'm saying.
So did they get number two?
They did. They got number two. Number two was the S&P SPY ETF.
I thought okay.
Yeah.
What about number one?